Sometimes it's just too much toxicity to remain in contact with a narcissist, even if that narcissist is your sister. You always have to consider the possibility of going no contact with such a person, particularly when that person is as close to you as a sister. It's not an easy decision, however, and it's important to be prepared for how your narcissistic sibling will react. Here's what you need to know about when you should consider cutting ties, how your narcissistic sister will likely respond, and how you can effectively go no contact. Number 1. Reduce contact first. It's very helpful if you can begin the process of going no contact by reducing contact first. This prepares your sister for less contact, and it removes you from her toxicity. Your success in doing this, in part, depends on how much contact you regularly have to begin with. If your sister is someone you talk to every day, then she is likely going to notice less contact. You can make excuses regarding why you're not in contact as much to get her used to the reduced communication from you. Let her know, for example, that you are working a lot or have some projects that are taking up your time. The more you can put her off, the better it will be for the both of you, particularly when it comes time to cut ties altogether. Reducing contact also helps you solidify your resolve to cut ties with her, since you'll find that you're much happier without her toxic manipulation. You should be aware that reducing contact can create an emotional response in your narcissistic sister, particularly if you do talk frequently. She may feel slighted and fly into a rage, or she may try turning on the charm to get you back into contact on a more frequent basis. Number 2. Use the gray rock technique. The gray rock technique refers to making yourself boring, so your sister won't actually want to be in contact with you. If a narcissist is not getting the emotional reaction they want from you, they get bored and will often move on to focusing on someone else. Becoming the gray rock in this case can make you boring to your toxic sister so that she won't actually miss you much when you're gone. It's also an effective technique for deterring her abusive treatment. Make no mistake about it, she will try to push your buttons and get a response from you, particularly if you've always reacted when she's done this in the past. So you might expect an increase in her taunting and be prepared to not react in order to show her that this new you is here to stay. Number 3. Strengthen your boundaries. It's important to strengthen your boundaries before going no contact with a narcissistic sister, since she will definitely increase her violations when you cut the cord. She will likely initiate massive attempts to violate your boundaries once you do actually go no contact. She will be enraged at that point, and she will be willing to do even more than she usually does to get a response from you. It will also put her in a panic, and she will become even more desperate than she normally is to provoke you. If you're prepared for that possibility with stronger boundaries, you can easily rebuff her efforts to pull you back. Rage, however, is not the only way she might respond. Your narcissistic sister might also turn on the charm to try to get back into your good graces. You shouldn't be fooled by this, since it won't last. She might be good for a while, but if you reinitiate contact, she will soon return to her old ways. What's more, she'll perceive you as being weak, since you gave in after a little manipulation. It's just better to say something like, "I just need some time to myself. I'll contact you when and if I'm ready to talk again." Better yet, don't say anything at all. Number 4. Notify people who need to know. If there are people in your life that you need to inform of your decision, you'll want to do it before you cut ties. When you do cut ties, your sister will start trashing you to other family members, friends, and other people in your social sphere. If you want to prepare them for this, you can let them know of your decision before you implement it. You don't need to go into detail about why you're choosing to do this, but you can say something like, "We just don't get along, and I feel like it would be better to take a break for a while." You might hear from her though, so I wanted to let you know beforehand what's going on. That will set it up so that if they do hear from her, they will know there's trouble between the two of you. Most people have a good understanding that it takes two to tango, so they're less likely to believe everything your narcissistic sister might tell them. Additionally, if they've interacted with her for any length of time at all, they might be well aware of some of the problems she has. They may even want to know how you did it once you cut all ties. Number 5. Prepare for the backlash. They say that the only things that are certain in life are death and taxes, but I would like to add a narcissist's rage when you go no contact to that list. You can expect your narcissistic sister to become enraged when you let her know you'll no longer be in contact with her. She will likely try to contact you to vent that rage, but if she can't do that, she will then turn to a smear campaign to ensure that no one believes anything you might say about her. While you might not be concerned about that, it is possible she could damage relationships you care about. That's why you might want to prep those people about your plans, as we've just discussed. There's more, though, because when a narcissist sees you as an enemy, which you will become when you do this, they often try to destroy you. Your narcissistic sister could, therefore, even do something like contact your work or engage in emotional blackmail to try to force you to get back in contact with her. She also might simply publicize embarrassing photos or stories you would rather not have people know about. For this reason, you need to prepare yourself and anyone you think needs to know for your sister's possible reactions. At least if you're prepared, it won't take you by surprise. Number 6. Block your narcissistic sister. Just because you let your narcissistic sister know that you don't want any more contact with her, that doesn't mean she will respect your wishes. That's why you'll want to block her from calling you, on your social media accounts, and any other media where she might be able to contact you. When a narcissist feels slighted, they go to extreme lengths to force you to notice them. They hate being abandoned because it makes them feel powerless, and it threatens to expose their true self, which they believe is flawed. That's why your sister will want to contact you in any way she can, so that she can yell at you, and then she can be the one to discard you. That way, she can tell everyone she cut off contact with you rather than telling the truth. You don't need this aggravation, so you'll want to prevent it by blocking her before she can attempt to get in touch with you. And number 7, be strong. You might want to cut ties with your narcissistic sister, but you'll be surprised at the many emotions that will come up when you actually do. You'll feel guilty, and you'll wonder if you are a terrible person. You'll wonder if you made the right decision. If you have a narcissistic sister who is emotionally abusing you and won't respect your request to stop, you absolutely have made the right decision. You should stand strong in that knowledge. It can help to get therapy to support your decision and heal the wounds she has created. You'll also want to reach out to your social support network to get their loving support as you go through this process. You did the right thing, but you will second-guess yourself. That's why you need to surround yourself with loving support, and it's also why you need to begin the process of healing your own wounds. Your sister has undoubtedly caused damage to you, but there may also be other factors in your childhood that created your trauma. Addressing these issues and healing your wounds is a good way to learn to love yourself in the way your narcissistic sister should have loved you. Finally, a narcissistic sister is a toxic source of emotional abuse that can cause lifelong damage to her siblings. She will abuse you in many ways, and cutting ties with her may be the only escape you have. Make no mistake about it, she will try to use your emotional triggers to get a rise out of you when you do this. And if that doesn't work, she will respond in other ways. You have to prepare for her response, and I can help. I have created a 5-step roadmap to heal emotional triggers that can help you identify, diffuse, and heal emotional triggers and the wounds that created them. That will prevent your toxic sister from using them to manipulate and control you. To get a free copy of this handy guide, just click on the link below the video and I'll send it directly to your inbox. You can start freeing yourself today. Thanks for watching.